Welcome back to the Lead from Your Heart Summit. Next up, we have Anne Morgan, and she is a multidimensional healer, an artist, a writer, and her life exemplifies living from the heart. So let's dive in.
My name is Anne-Barclay Morgan. I'm a writer, artist, shamanic practitioner and teacher, Reiki master, and channel and evidential medium. I grew up on 4 continents, speaking 4 languages, which was a great gift that I didn't always appreciate at the time. It made me realize what we all have in common, regardless of our spiritual belief systems, our upbringing, our race, the language we speak. We are one. So first, why am I here? I am simply delighted to be part of this Lead from the Heart Summit, because that's how I lead my life every moment. It's in the clothes that I wear, it's in what I surround myself with, it's in how I choose to manifest energy. It's how I tune into spirit. It's how I plant a garden. It's how I speak with people. It is leading from the heart. Whether I'm using cards, such as oracle cards or tarot cards, and I pulled one right before speaking with you, and it was in the unicorn card deck, this magical unicorn who ignites for everyone tuning in ascension flames, that you breathe in all these different colors that have different vibrations and frequencies. So I knew this would be a very powerful time to be together, to talk about leading from the heart. I trained as a scientist first. I have a doctorate in psychology, and I worked with children and also in research. But I followed my heart. It wasn't that it was very interesting, and I learned tremendously, and I'm very grateful. But my life circumstances changed, and because of that, I needed a new direction. So I got a master's in artistry, since I'm an artist and I love art and I create art like what you see behind me. And with that, wonderful life opened up as an art critic, where I got to travel and meet artists in New York City and Europe. I made documentaries. I wrote articles, published in books. But then I had a healing crisis, or let's say a healing journey, which is my preferred term for it. Out of the blue, I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, a very rare kind of cancer. It's a form of bladder cancer that originates in the kidney. The typical patient is a man in his mid-70s at least, a truck driver who smokes, and I was none of those, so it was truly out of the blue. But what a wonderful, magical, magical, magical journey. With that diagnosis, I knew I would need surgery really fast. I felt it. I knew it. So how to find the surgeon that was right for me? Local doctors were excellent, but they weren't right. I just felt it wasn't right. So, sure enough, we went to the Mayo Clinic in Jacksonville after being referred there, and I saw someone and I said, I want him to be my surgeon. And sure enough, he was my surgeon. He agreed to be my surgeon. I followed my heart. And through that whole journey, from there, he recommended an oncologist at the Mayo. Again, I had the heartfelt feeling that this is the perfect oncologist for me. And we had a delightful relationship. And I followed my heart also with treatment options and what was right. It didn't mean that they were easy. On the contrary, the choices my heart led me to were extremely challenging, painful, hard, but I persisted. I just knew this was right. I had one more surgery, and then 6 months after the second surgery with a thoracic surgeon, I was found to be cancer-free, no visible signs of cancer. It's now been 7 years out since my first surgery, my kidney surgery, over 7 years. And I can truly say that leading from the heart, my whole way, all my healing journey, the choices I made, the people I surrounded myself with, the things I read and the guidance that I followed, the connection with spirit, all of that. That is why I'm here today and able to share with you that yes, you can heal from stage 4 cancer. It is possible to be a unicorn. I wore this headband to the Mayo Clinic and succeeded in cheering up patients and staff, particularly staff. We made fun skits. We made it an adventure of the heart, of discovery. So much was beyond my conscious control, but my heart knew this was the way. And when I got the first good news, I started making a series of images by the ocean. Here's one of them. Photographs of nature speaking to me, all the helping spirits of nature, power animals, teachers and guides, angels, ancestors, everyone speaking through nature, with nature, and feeling the oneness that we all are. So these gratitude walks that I began with each successive good news, oh, good news again, I began a website together with a colleague, a wonderful colleague of mine, and it's available and free for everyone. It's filled with inspiration for a healing journey, but also inspiration for life. It's called inspirationjourney.org. So I would like to share another story This is from one of my clients, my shamanic clients, who came to me via long distance. She was having tremendous heart issues. Cardiologists couldn't figure out what was wrong. She was just, there was something wrong, but what was it? She knew she thought she was going to die. Well, when I tuned in, my helping spirits said she needed an extraction, which is removing energies, and then a soul retrieval, bringing in energy for her. This was all what she wanted to do. She wanted this. I asked her, and she said, yes, she wants this. So we worked long distance, and at the end, she was to call me back a week later and let me know how she was doing, and we would go from there. She called me back a week later, very upset because it worked. But the issue in her life was, yes, she could feel again. No wonder she had turned to alcohol for years to numb her heart so she wouldn't feel. And her body was just revolting against this life, this lifestyle without using her heart. She'd given up alcohol years ago, but the remnants were still there in her heart. She'd blocked her heart energy, and now it was flowing again. But in her situation, she felt she couldn't give up the life she had. She felt trapped financially. She couldn't leave. She couldn't make the changes that her heart was asking her to do. And so, yes, her heart was open now. But making the next step, which is to allow your heart to lead you to what's right for you, that's just as important. There are wonderful realms to explore through the heart. When I tune into spirit, it is through the heart, whether it's to ancestors, loved ones in spirit, power animals, shamanic teachers, ancient civilizations, angels, ascended masters, you name it. It is through my heart that I make these choices and allow myself, my spirit, to merge with that which is shown to me and bring forth healing energies, messages, and guidance. It's all from the heart. So whether I make art, whether I choose the clothes that I wear, choosing who and how I want to spend my time, with whom and when, it's a heart choice. Yes, the brain can figure out, oh, how do I do that? But it's the heart that leads. I found my life since then infinitely richer, more beautiful, more expansive, more meaningful, more productive, more abundant on every level, since I allowed myself the freedom to live and lead from the heart. So I'd like to conclude with one thing, and that is a recommendation for you. If you've not had a practice, such as meditation or any other kind of practice, a wonderful way to access this realm of the heart is automatic writing. And it can be also automatic drawing. It can be automatic movement, dancing. It can be speech, speaking. It can be making music, dancing, movement. All are forms of automatic, where you allow what is in your heart and through your heart to speak. So a suggestion for those of you who have not started with that, suppose you'd like to write. Some people prefer writing by hand. I taught myself how to type very poorly. I never took a typing class that stuck. So I make lots of mistakes. It doesn't matter. Thank you for autocorrect. But what it does is I get out of the way. My mind gets out of the way. I begin with an invocation. I welcome in my helping spirits, ancestors, guides, angels, and teachers in all realms. Whoever cares to come. I say where I am just as a reference. This is what's around me right now. And then I begin. I ask a question. After I make sure I hear, feel, or sense, yes, go ahead. So I ask a question and I just empty myself to listen and feel the answer. And I begin to type. One of the sure ways I know, without any doubt, that this is working is a day later, once I'm done, I don't look at it for 24 hours. I read it and I think, wow, the language is not the type of language I would normally use. The wisdom is mind-boggling. I don't know whether I could come up that with my mind ever. And it feels right. It feels right. So at the end of my automatic writing, I just thank everyone in all realms. This is a wonderful way to learn to open and lead from the heart. Another way you can work is to pick up a deck of cards. I've brought the one that I just picked from before this session, Magic of the Unicorns, which is a new deck for me. But one of my favorites is this Oracle deck, Angels and Ancestors by Kyle Gray. I use this deck often. And once I tune into that, yes, there's a book that can explain what that is, and it opens up possibilities, but I tune in to the energy of the card with the heart. That's another wonderful way to learn to more and more to tune in to lead from your life and every aspect that you wish from the heart. So those of you who would be interested, my website is inspirationjourney.org. Everything on it is free, the blog posts, all the write-ups, all the videos. There are hundreds of videos. There's a dedicated YouTube channel. All of this is totally free, and please share. It's meant to be used. Simple conversations like this one that we are having now. So enjoy that. And if you want to reach me personally, you can through the website or my dedicated Gmail account is glitter speaks@gmail.com. Thank you. Lovely to be here.